Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Week. How is going to be? We are the last week of the month in January 2026. As I said earlier before, that this month it seems to be running, and before you know it, now we'll be moving to the next month, new month. That's February. But you know what? Whatever it is that we are aspiring to get, let's say that we don't put too much hope on them, because there are things, except if they are internal treasure, meaning that it cannot be stolen. But let's look at it critically about life, and let's look about the news we hear almost every day. All this kind of news we have been hearing, how are they helping us? All these things depend on you. All this, they depend on how you react and how you utilize them. Information is very, very numerous. You can get online everywhere, in radio, TV stations, and everywhere. But the question is that what are you doing with them, and then how you trying to utilize them for your own good and for your own family too, and your relatives. So let's see how it goes. Let's look at the party review this time. The first one is 22 Kano lawmakers defect to APC after Yusuf's exit from NNPC. Now, this matter is quite interesting because of, as I said, Tinubu came back on the 18th of this month, and in less than a week, he has traveled back to Turkish or one outside country abroad, and apparently now within that a week he has been able to secure the transfer of the Kano's governor, and now we are seeing that 22 lawmakers in the state are actually defecting to APC, and this is a very congratulations to Tinubu and the APC for adding more lawmakers from the opposition parties. You have seen from Labour Party to from PDP to APC, from LP to APC. Now we are seeing NNPP to APC. Now, this kind of thing that would do happen in the country, where we are seeing that insecurity rises every day, and still we still have time for defecting to the ruling party, meaning that Tinubu has already secured that. So that's why I call him master strategist. Now, let's look at it. If that is strategist or not, he has not been able to sit down in his own country to rule, but still he has been able to travel almost different states and spend a lot more time in abroad than he spent in his country where he's ruling. But let's say that the supporters are shouting and defending him and saying yes, he has people working for him. They were giving excuses without addressing the major issues that are bothering Nigerians, that are stepping on the heart, that make Nigerians to be suffocating, not be able to breathe. But let's move on to the next one because of time. This one is JAMB as bars unmonitored CBT centers from 2026 UTME registration. Now, if you have center that is not, you can only monitor from the HQ of a JAMB, definitely you are likely not you'll not be allowed to conduct CBT tests. That's what Oluide is saying there, and they made it clear that what happened last year in 2025, that some centers were not able to monitor, and a lot of malpractices and also manipulations took place. And that means that this year it will not be allowed, and there will be minimization of malpractices like that. So that means even though they are being monitored live from the JAMB's office, that does not really mean that manipulation can still take place. As that you can see, they can only try their best, but it can only reduce, but they cannot stop, because of the nature of how this execution is decaying in the country. So the next one, I will look at NNPC confirms successful new oil well discovery. Now, talking about this discovery, we wonder that this is about joint venture. Now, they are using this joint venture to scatter the brain, to not make Nigerians sort of know what's happening in the oil sector. Now, they say this in December, that's when, or November, they had that kind of discovery, and then there's about an increase in $135,000 per barrel daily, and that's where there will be they'll be added to the current what Nigerians have been extracting. But let's see how it goes. All these things that they're just telling her joint ventures, that means some people are actually private citizens who are actually benefiting from this. So I mean private and also public now. So let us know how much Nigerians as public enterprise getting, and also what are those private citizens or private stakeholders or shareholders or investors, how much are they getting? That is what we need to know, not to just try to squeeze unnecessary issues into the matter regarding transparency, regarding competence, honesty, about governance, about generated revenue. And that means we are not talking about oil alone. Tell us how much Nigeria getting. But unfortunately, the Prime Minister is not available. He's always abroad, travel up and down. There's no report of that. So you'll be getting information that they are doing this, getting things, but Nigerians are not feeling the impact. So what is the purpose? Either they discover it or not, it doesn't show that Nigeria is getting it. So let me look at the other one. This course rejects FG's free meter plan. And now, this is about issues. Why would Disco be rejecting it? Does that mean that the minister did not inform them before, didn't have any discussion about this issue about free meter? And he was talking as if he was, what he was talking about. I mean, he said that it's free. It's just because of the World Bank fund, something, the fund that they use to get this meter. This meter should be free, it's free, then so on and so forth. But this discourse are saying that no, who is going to pay the installers? Is it going to be the discourse? And then there's also making some complaints about how this thing is going about. That's going to affect the NNPP scheme, some of the things they have, they are being the map that they're having. But let's look at it now. What is really going on in this country? Which sector is really working? Last week, we discovered that there was a collapse to 25 megawatts from 4,500 megawatts. This week, we are hearing matters about the meter that the minister said that, okay, that should be free. There's also news spreading all around. Allegedly, 125 billion is missing in the power ministry. And then we are saying that this country is going to get better with this kind of news. We are sitting every day, and the government, even the president is not aware or is aware, is not available to make decisions to ensure that these things are done properly. The House of Reps, the senators, they are just there taking bothering about the new tax law and how they are going to get their own shares and so on. They don't have time for the people that they are representing. They are there for people. But unfortunately, it's so sad. So this how far I can go today. I don't have much time again. And whatever it is you have in your mind, we just need to ensure we keep on growing and knowing that if you like, you become coward. If you like, you become patriotic and become the bona fide citizens of the country you are in, where you are born. So if your fathers failed, you should not be failing. You should stand on your ground and join the voices that speak the truth and then address the matters and making sure that this country becomes the greatest ever that it can ever be. So this is how I can go today. See you by God's grace. My name is Johnson Salami.